And it's never too early or too late to plan a vacation. And I think that so many families have been cooped up at home these past couple of years, and people just want to get out. So I know my family just took an epic trip, and I wanted to let you all know about it.
An epic?
It's too late.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, tell us where you went.
So, a couple of things beforehand. I mean, obviously, we want to make sure that kids are protected since they're not vaccinated. So make sure to always wear your mask and maintain distance. And especially if you're traveling on planes, I always like to tell families to try to get those nonstop flights in so you're not moving around to different airports. But yeah, we just took an epic trip. We thought about renting an RV and doing the cross-country thing, but it just seemed a little too complicated for us as working parents. So we went on Amtrak, and we went cross-country on Amtrak. We actually took the Southwest Chief, which leaves from Chicago and goes all the way to LA. It's a 48-hour trip altogether. We stopped in Arizona on the way, so we broke it up a little bit, but it was just a wonderful experience, and it was relaxing for us, for the parents that didn't have to drive. And I think it was just a really great experience for the kids as well.
Break down how you actually worked that out. So did you buy separate, one-way tickets too, since you knew you wanted to stop in Arizona? Or could you just say, I'm going to get out and I'm going to hop back on? How did that all work out?
No, we did have to tell them. We booked what they call a family room, so you can fit up to 5 people in the family room, and we did have to sort of buy the first part from Chicago to Flagstaff, Arizona, and then we stayed in Arizona for 2 days, and then got back on the train in Flagstaff, and then went straight through the evening to LA. So it was kind of nice that you could break up the trip a little bit.
No, for sure. Can you take us through these destinations and what made them perfect for a family getaway?
Sure, absolutely. And they were so different, I have to say, which I think was the best part of it all. We started off in Chicago, and I think the key thing is to find a hotel that's centrally located as well, especially if you have younger children. It's nice to be able to go back to your hotel if you need to relax. For us, it was the Lowe's, which is near the Wrigley building. And I love Chicago, especially in the summer when it's not cold. We took a big bus tour that kind of took us around the city. I highly recommend getting city passes so you can hit a couple of different museums. We hit the Field Museum and the Art Institute and the Hancock Building. And I think one of my favorite things that we did is take the Chicago Architecture Foundation Center River Cruise. So we got to see the architecture on the river, which was fantastic.
I just love Chicago. I used to live in Chicago. I miss it there. Such a cool, it's a big city, but it's so cool. The people are so kind and everything.
The people are awesome. It was just a really nice break, yeah.
And then your next stop was in Flagstaff. So did you see the Grand Canyon? What all did you experience in Arizona?
Arizona was great. I had never been, so it was the first time for all of us on the trip. And you do stop in Flagstaff. So Flagstaff is just there's such a college vibe there. So you have a lot of little bars and restaurants. So that was really fun. Great. We stayed at the Residence Inn, which was a great place to be in the middle of everything. And the fun part is we only had a day to explore the Grand Canyon. So we took a Grand Canyon adventure tour. We had an amazing tour guide. His name was Milton. He was from the Navajo reservation nearby, and he actually took us to the reservation, which was super fun. But it was just, given the limited amount of time, I highly suggest people take a tour. And they came to pick us up at the hotel. They were practicing all of the COVID protocols, and then we actually got to experience the Grand Canyon. It was an 8-hour tour, so it was really nice to spend the time. Milton happened to have been a national park ranger for 15 years, so he knew exactly where he was taking us and what the best spots were. It was fabulous.
You caught me mesmerized there by the Grand Canyon because it just always appears fake. Even when you stand right there on the edge, it just does not even seem real. It's so spectacular.
And you have to see it. Pictures don't do it justice.
No, absolutely. And your kids are adorable. By the way, Santa Monica, is that where you ended up?
So we ended up in Los Angeles, and again, we did, I'm a big bus believer, so you take kind of like the hop-off buses that take you around a city, so you can kind of get a vibe of where you want to return and what you want to do. So we spent a little bit of time in Los Angeles, and then we needed some downtime, so we hit Santa Monica. The beaches there are beautiful. We stayed at the Fairmont Miramar Hotel. They have bungalows. It's on the beach. It was really relaxing and kind of what we needed. And we also had to throw in a little day at Universal Studios. The kids wanted to hit Universal Studios, so I have to say it was just nice to be able to relax at the beach after all the moving that we did, but also to get to experience a theme park with them. It was just fun for them to do something that was, not like sightsee, but more what their speed. So that was really fun too.
We just have a minute left. Can you touch on the theme parks and COVID? Because I think that's probably an anxiety-filled area for many people during this time, but you show that it can be done.
It absolutely can be done. They are all taking protocols. I also just got back from Disney World, so I can tell you any time that you're inside a ride or waiting room, you have to wear your mask. And they're keeping distances. The restaurants are not at full capacity in their distance. So I think just be careful, but they're definitely keeping to protocols. Both Disney and Universal, we experienced that at both.
We have time for one more quick tip, just like 10 seconds. Anything else that you want to add in?
I know that everybody has different comfort levels, but I think there's a trip for everybody. So I think everybody can find something. It's important to change scenery.
And just your house. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much. Great talking to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.